What's up guys, Hoodie here and welcome back to my another video of XIV. This time we have another interesting topic to discuss with you guys. And guess what? It's again regarding another leak info of XIV. It's not any other leak info, but it's regarding the DLC of XIV, possibly DLC leaks. Not the Kyo Kusanagi classic costume DLC, but the playable characters which they may be adding after the release of the game. Well, it happened like I was yesterday searching for some latest updates and news regarding KF14. So obviously there were some clips uploaded of the climax moves of some characters which are yet to be featured in the team trailers. For example, there was Kakri, Shanai, Yuri Sakazaki, and also Hein or Hein, whatever that guy's name is. So their clips were there, and on the same time I found a link on the website. On the same website I found a link which was saying KF14 possibly DLC characters leaked. So I was pretty shocked to see that. When I clicked that link, it brought me to a website which was showing this thing. Now you can see that this thing is posted about a month ago, which says right over here. So obviously it was either in May or in April, whatever. Let's get to the point right now. Now the person who has leaked this info or whatever he has done has left us with this thing, and you can see that this whole list is mentioned in Japanese, although some characters you can see are mentioned clearly in English. So I thought that it would be better to translate it into English, the entire list. So after that it gave me this thing, this result. This is after when I translated the entire Japanese list into English. So there you have the translated version of it. Now interestingly, you can see here that there are 19 or 20 character names present here, including this unnamed character known as MMA Fighter of Brazil, and also this shapeshifter character. And there's also Shingo, Takuma, Blue Mary, Ash, Crimson, Yashiro, Chrysalid. Now these three people, Ash, Yashiro and Chrysalid, are mentioned in the same team. I don't know whether either one of them is gonna be in the game or three of them together, but since they have mentioned a comma and a word and, so I guess these three are together in the game. Moving forward, we have Lee. Now this character Lee is either from Art of Fighting or The Last Blade. Anyone from them can be in the game, but we don't know right now. And moving forward, we also have Whip, Harden, Iji Kisaragi, I think, Vanessa, Jun, Yamazaki, Bao, Kazumi, I believe this is Kasumi Todo. Then we have Raiden, the wrestler dude which we had in KF12 and 13. And last we have Jin Conray, means that short Chinese looking guy which we have in Feral Fury series, and he's also a playable character in Neo Geo Battle Coliseum. So there you have the whole list of the characters, or you could call it as a rumored list of DLC characters which are gonna be in the game. Although the particular teams in which each character is gonna be are exactly the same which are in fact in the game. So let's assume that somehow this list is gonna be true, and this sounds very familiar to the league roster rumor which we had before, and we thought that no character is gonna be from here, but eventually every one single character from there popped out, and in fact every one of the characters from that roster list are in the game. Moreover, the person who has done this thing has also given us some more interesting piece of information regarding the DLC, and he has shared two images of the silhouetted characters, which are again another hint which I think are gonna be in the game. Now we have 4 DLC character silhouettes here, although I named 20 and 19 in the list, but we have 4 character silhouettes here, 3 in one image and 1 in a separate image. I think this much info is enough to draw attention to this piece of information. So whatever the person has done, I believe it is enough to share about this topic. Now if you look at these silhouettes and look at the list which I mentioned before, so you can guess that who these characters could be. Now some people say that these silhouettes are just a pixelated, or they are just fake because they are very much pixelated. But if you can see the stages in the background, they are also pretty much pixelated, so we cannot say that this is 100% false thing which someone has shared with us. So or this most probably the effect of the camera of the mobile, or this most probably picture taken from a mobile phone. So I believe it's due to that the pixels are being shown here. So anyhow, I believe I know the identities of some of these characters, and some of these I am yet confused who these people might be. Well, the character now in this image, the character on the very left, you can see it is probably a female, or you can clearly see this is a female character, not a male character. It could be a kid, a little teenager, but most probably if you see the arms, the neck, and also the body, these features are pretty much thin, so it's most probably a female character. And I think this is Vanessa. I guess this is Vanessa, or most probably it's gonna be Blue Mary. But if you see that Blue Mary has straight combed hairs and they're a bit bigger than Vanessa's, while Vanessa's hairs are uncombed and sort of rough. So you can see the same feature here, that this character's hairs are pretty much uncombed. So I think this is Vanessa. So the character from that list is in fact here. And seriously, the other two characters, the middle one and the right one, I have no idea who these guys could be. These two looks just a temporary, but I guess they are silhouetted in such a way that it's hard to find who these characters are. For example, the middle one, it looks like he's wearing a cap sort of thing, and he has long hairs, and he's also a big muscular guy. I don't know who this is, but I think this is that wrestler Raiden maybe, or someone else, but I don't know who this character is. And while talking about the character on very right, if you see the bangs on the top, it could be either EG, because there are two pairs of bangs on the top, or this could also be Jin Conray, means the Chinese guy from Feral Fury. It could also be a female, since this character is also a bit mediumish thin, not that muscular. But I have no idea who these other characters are. While moving on, the fourth character who is mentioned in a separate image, now this character, I think I have already figured out who this guy is. If you see the hairs and the pair of muscle, a very much big body, built body, I think this is Rugal Bernstein. Most people think that this is Adel, but I don't think it's him, because if you look at the image, the silhouette, this guy is pretty much huge and he has very much built and huge muscular body. So Adel is not this much muscular, I'm pretty sure, since he's a slim character. His body is pretty much slimmer than Rugal. So I think this is Rugal Bernstein, and I would be, if this thing is pretty much true, so I would be really happy to see him in game as a boss or a special boss. And the stage in the background is an Arctic stage. You could see that water and there are glaciers in the background. I think this is pretty much an updated and redesigned version of an Arctic stage which we had in KF11. So this is pretty much that stage. And you can also see that this picture is taken from a computer or a TV screen. So since there are reflections of the outside people and other stuffs. And the funny thing is that we don't have Rugal's name in the list of characters which I have talked about before. I believe the person might have missed 2 or 3 characters, but since this silhouette is no other than Rogal's, so I believe you might have missed some name of the characters in that list. And also, if we go further about the proof, or you could say an evidence of Rogal being in KF14, there's another image which was shared by someone, and this image is pretty much showing the life bar and the characters names which are below. Now this looks more like a team versus mode or team play mode, whatever how it is named in the previous installments. So we have 3-on-3 fighting mode shown in this image, and the names are mentioned in such a way that the first letter of each character's name is cut off or it is cropped away. Now the first character on the top is YO, so obviously it is either Rhea or KO, because none other than these two characters has YO in the end, while the character on the very last is ending with AI, so this is either Shanai or maybe Mai. Yeah, it's most probably Mai. Shanai is I think EI in the end, so AI is obviously Mai. And while the character in the middle, you can see it is written UGAL. Now I have seen the list of all the characters which are currently on the launch, and no character has the ending like UGAL, so my guess is this is Rogal Bernstein. I believe this is another proof of Rogal, which is bringing close to the evidence that Rogal is gonna be in the game, since it is mentioned UGAL, so it is definitely Rogal Bernstein. Well, I believe this is all what I have to say about the characters or the DLC leak info which the person has shared with us, and it is very similar to how the leaked roster was shown to us. Well, I think the info is pretty much, I believe someone might have watched my video of the top 5 characters which are not in the game yet, or you could say which were supposed to be in the game. I believe someone from SNK or some fan might have shared my video with them, so I believe they have listened to my video which I was saying. The reason why I'm saying is that most of the characters which are mentioned in the list are in fact mentioned in my video. I'm pretty sure I talked on Shinko, I talked on Yamazaki, and also Grizzaled. I also mentioned Blue Mary, Yavanessa, Jun, and maybe Bao, and some other characters. I also mentioned Rogal in the video. So it is good if someone has listened to my words to bring back these classic characters which we are missing for so long time. That would be great to bring back old memories, and since we already know how to play as these characters and they are pretty much easy to use. So that's all what I have to say. Thank you very much for watching my video. I hope you have enjoyed it. I would really appreciate if you subscribe to my channel, and also give a like to my video if you think my video was enough to draw your attention and it was helpful enough to give you the information about KF14's leaked DLC or the updates. So my name is Dude, and I'll be back with more news and updates regarding KF14, so stay tuned for my channel.